G'day guys, Kane here at Bushcraft a long time, yes. I've finally got a new project to do, something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I made a trade with another YouTuber. He has a couple of YouTube accounts. One's Oz Haggis Head and the other is Howling Dingo. He's named Alan. G'day Alan, how you going? So the project that I've got is a DIY, do-it-yourself, yeah, that's the one. Do-it-yourself knife handle, knife kit sort of thing. So I'll see if I can move the camera down a bit just to show what I'm trying to... Alright, well, bugger it. In any case, basically it came with a blade, come with a spacer. I've got 4 pieces of, I can't remember what it's called, something like that, Vulcan something from Star Trek. I know it sounded interesting when I tried to read up on it, but I've obviously forgotten it. And in any case, basically these spaces here will go in between, say, the wood and in between the spacer and the other objects I'm going to put in it. I've got so it came with a piece of birch wood, which will make the handle look really nice, I'm pretty sure. And I've also got a piece of deer antler. So the idea is that it'll have the spacer, a piece of deer antler, and then the piece of wood on the other end of it. And that's what I'm hoping to have when I finished it. This is my very first attempt at making a handle for a knife, and yes, I will also be making the sheath for the knife, and I hope to be able to put them all into the videos that follow this one. So this one here is just basically an intro video to what I'm going to be doing, and hopefully showing everyone the whole way through it. I've seen other videos and stuff like that, but yeah, this is going to be my very first attempt. Never have I done anything like this before, and I'm hoping that it works out okay. So first things first, I've got all my pieces. I've got to decide how I want the handle to look, the shape of it and all that sort of stuff. Being that it's a Nordic, Scandinavian sort of style of blade, it's actually it's made by, I don't know if it's a company or something, but I know it's called a Polar. So whether that's a company, but you can actually get these off the Bushcraft Oz store online, and I will leave a link for that after the video. But these aren't the only ones you can get. You can actually get Scandinavian ones. You can actually get the kits online to be able to build your own. So they're a very good idea, especially seeing as how the finished sort of knife, you're paying a couple $100 for it because really good quality sort of steel and stuff like that. But to make it yourself, it's a lot cheaper. You're paying less than $20 just for the piece of steel. So the rest of it's just add-on sort of stuff. But I mean, really, it's going to work out to be something that I'm hoping, if I do it well, it'll be something that I'll treasure, and hopefully it will be my favourite knife once I'm done. Mainly because of the fact that it'll be the first one I've actually done for myself. So first thing I have to do is decide on a style for the handle. Now, the piece of antler that I've got is nice and thick, but as you can see where the ring is there, that's sort of what I'm a bit worried about. I'm not exactly sure, like when I go to sand it and all that sort of stuff, how much of that pitting there might actually show through. So I've got to be very careful about how much I take off that. So I've got to decide how thick I want the handle to be. But because we've got this little spacer here, and you've got the piece of antler like that, so it's got to be able to at least curve into that to look nice, you know. Otherwise it won't look right. I do have some alternatives for the antler from another YouTuber, Corin Kayaker. G'day mate. Another member of the Bushcraft Oz website, and he gave me a whole heap of other pieces of antler which I'm hoping to use for a separate project. But if this piece here doesn't do me any good once I get it down to the size that I want it, I do have other alternatives to use. And yeah, I've got to really thank both those guys, both Alan and Corin, who gave me some really awesome stuff to use here. And I'm hoping that I actually do this blade justice. So what I've got here, I've just drawn out a rough idea of how I want the handle to look. As you can see where the middle part is, that's the length of the entire piece of metal. So really I'm not exactly sure whether I might trim a piece of the metal off or something, because otherwise the handle's just going to be ridiculously long. But also I've noticed on a couple of knives they do have like a little piece of metal on the end of the knife where the very tip there would be hammered in just to sort of keep it all together. So I think that's what this is here, which the kit didn't come with instructions, so I'm just hoping that I do a half decent job. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm hoping that it, like I said, I'm just hoping that I do a good job of it. I don't want to ruin my first attempt, but if I do a good job of this, I do hope to be able to make some more. And well, you guys can be the judge. You'll watch me go through the whole thing, and yeah, from making the handle, cleaning up the blade and all that sort of stuff, to making the actual sheath for the knife. I haven't decided on the style. I'm pretty sure I might do a Scandinavian style for the sheath, but we'll just see, because I'm not exactly sure. I've never done one before. So in any case, what the actual kit came with, I'll lay on the bench right here just to show you exactly what I got with the kit, and you can see what I've got to work with. And it came with a piece of leather. I'm not exactly sure whether that piece of leather was for the sheath or not. It seems a bit thin and looks a bit scraggly, so I think it was just to sort of wrap it, so it'll be good for something. I've got plenty of leather, so it's not going to go to waste. So I'll find a use for it regardless. Now, this, it also came with a D-ring. I'm pretty sure that's not for the actual knife. I'm pretty sure that was meant for the sheath, so I won't show you. The D-ring is not really part of it. Anyway, where did I put those other pieces? There they are. Alright. I'll just... Alright. So, what you can see here is the polar blade, the piece of birch, the spacer. This little bit here, I'm not exactly sure what that's for, unless it's to go on the end of the blade afterwards. We've got the piece of antler and 4 spacers, and like I said, I'm hoping that my design should come out something like what you see there in the picture. And yeah, anyway, that'll be the end of video 1. Just a little show you what I'm going to be doing. I'll continue drawing the pictures first, just to be sure exactly what I want. I'll measure everything up, and then I'll get back to you to let you know at the next step of the stage of where I'm at. Alright? Thanks for watching.